everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Luke Williams. I work for a company called Factory Media. Last year Forward acquired them, and it was our job to take the 30 WordPress sites they had pretty much down every day and build a platform to make it stable, make it really easy to scale up new sites. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the lessons we learned in scaling WordPress up to 6 million page views a month with no downtime. First thing to note is read a lot about scaling WordPress, because out of the box WordPress doesn't really scale that intuitively. I mean, it can be done. Obviously, WordPress.com do a phenomenal amount of visits a month. VIP.wordpress.com, they host TechCrunch, CNN as well. So read up about it. Just don't take anything for granted when you're working with it. Don't trust your plugins. Pretty much make sure you always audit the code whenever you want to install a plugin. We have to install a plugin across every website in our network. So if it doesn't work in a certain situation, one of the websites, then it's bad. We can't have it taking down the entire network. For example, there's a plugin called Yet Another Related Post plugin. It's quite a well-known one. That one of the sites before we moved it was just crashing the database every time. It's got a very clever algorithm for working out the related posts, but there were 10 years of posts in the database, which meant that it would always bring the site down. And so generally speaking, if you want to put something at scale, do look at the plugins code. In the WordPress plugins codex, there's always an SVN repository. You always look at the trunk. Just make sure it's not going to add 15 tables to your database and bring everything down. WordPress is an awesome feature of using parent and child themes. So the way it works, we have 30 sites. Their individual themes are only about four files, and then whatever images we use. And we have a parent theme which just takes care of most of the work for you, like in terms of loading up all the WordPress files, making sure we've got like assets are rendering properly, things like that. Any reporting we want to do, we all put it in one massive parent theme. So it means child themes are really easy to set up. Along the same way, when we're building this platform, it was really important to us to not just think of that parent theme as this is just a WordPress theme. We need to build it like you would build a platform. Like make sure that you have organize your code properly. If you want to go down a model view controller pattern, implement it. There's nothing stopping you doing that. WordPress basically requires you to have an index of PHP and a style sheet of CSS in the theme directory to work. So anything beyond that is up to you. And this was really important for us. Again, when it came to spinning up a new site, now we can take a design to a site with all the features, all the other sites such as our own embedded video player, integration with forums in a week, because we've got a well-organized parent theme. So this is more of a nitpicking thing than like an essential thing for keeping it scale. But I mean, there's a lot of things with WordPress with using named functions like this. WordPress has this awesome feature, as you probably know, of using hooks, using actions, using filters. There's a tendency, I'm not sure where it's come from, it's been around WordPress as I've been just dropping named functions throughout your theme. So often you open up the theme and the functions of PHP just has just these functions everywhere, and then an add action that references the same function. What you can do in PHP 5.3 and above, I think, is actually integrate the function straight into the add hook call. So this takes a lot from JavaScript, a bit from Ruby as well. And if you're not going to reuse the function, there's no point losing the global namespace. I'm not sure performance implications of this, but I think it makes your code a lot more encapsulated as well. In the same way, when it comes to just naming helper functions, stuff like that, what we did is we built up a lot of static classes around it as well, so everything is namespaced inside a particular helper. So we've got asset helpers, we've got media helpers, and just that way it keeps your code clean. You don't have to remember, oh, where did I put this file? Where did I put this helper file? Oh, it's there. And in PHP 5.4 maybe, there's actually a concept of namespaces here to make it even easier. I don't particularly like the syntax, to be honest, but that's what they've gone with. Sass, less, and scalable CSS. Definitely, if you can, use preprocessors. We'll save you, make your life a lot easier. We have 30 sites, all we have to do is change a couple of variables to spin up a new one. Read up on scaling CSS to a big level. It's really easy to get out of hand when you're using Sass and less. Things like Smacks, there's a couple of articles in the magazine about it as well. The last thing, always be learning, always look to optimize something else. We used double free total cache for about 9 months before we realized that every time we flushed one site, it flushed every site. So we spent 3 weeks writing our own cache. And it's awesome.